Hello, my name is Pamela Steinbach, and I'm the Director of Planning for the Delaware Department of Transportation. DelDOT, in coordination with the Council on Transportation, is pleased to present to you the 13 new projects slated to be added into the fiscal year 25 to 30 Capital Transportation Plan. These projects are going to be presented in person as well at 3 public meetings throughout the state. The first one is going to be in Newcastle on August 30th at the Newark Library from 4 to 6 p.m. The Kent County meeting will be on August 31st at the DelDOT Administration Building in Dover. And then the Sussex County Public Workshop will be on September 6th at the Georgetown DelDOT building from 4 to 6 p.m. We start out all of our presentations with our excellence in transportation, every trip, every mode, every dollar, and everyone. Our fiscal year 25 to 30 capital spend budget is $4.32 billion. As you can see in the chart, 52% of that is allocated to projects in Newcastle County, 16% of them in Kent, and 32% in Sussex. A bit of a timeline for you. So in May, June, and July, we had 45 candidate projects nominated from the various counties and local MPOs. We then brought 36 of those forward for prioritization, that we have a prioritization tool and ranking. We then did a fiscal analysis to see how many projects that we could fund out of those projects. And then we presented the 13 forwarded project candidates to the Council on Transportation on August 14th. These 13 projects did get unanimously voted on to be released for public comment. So that is what we're going to be doing here virtually, as well as the in-person meetings this week and next week. In December, the COT will, or the Council on Transportation, will review all of the public comments. We will then have the council vote on those projects to be formally added into the Capital Transportation Plan. Then a recommendation letter will go to the governor's office by March 1st of 2024. So I'm going to be going over the 5 Newcastle projects slated for the new CTP. The first one is the US 40 corridor from US 13 to the Maryland state line. This project is approximately 10 miles in length. The purpose of this project is to create a continuous, dedicated, multi-use shared pathway. So we have done a lot of work in this corridor over the past 20 years. We have done a lot of capital transportation projects. There's been a lot of developer projects that have built the multi-use infrastructure. But so this project is really going to bridge the gap to any of those gaps that we have along the corridor. This project was sourced from Will Mapco, the MPO for Newcastle County, and the project development funding is approximately $1 million. The next project we're going to go over is Hare's Corner at the intersection of US 13 and 273. This project is slated to be a grade separated intersection. This is one of our busiest intersections in the state, and it's also ranked number 3 in our current safety program. This project is going to address current and future traffic levels, as well as promote safety, fill in sidewalk gaps, and really implement a complete streets policy. The project source is the Will Mapco City of Newcastle Transportation Plan, as well as DelDOT doing a feasibility study for this location back in 2020. and it is also part of the East Coast Greenway designation. The third project in the Newcastle County set is Governor Prince Boulevard Road Diet. This is between US 13 at Philadelphia Pike and East 35th Street. This project is about 5.3 miles in length. The purpose of this project is a lane width reduction, both in the northbound and the southbound lanes, to provide buffered multi-use paths, implementing a complete streets policy and providing transit when applicable, biking and pedestrian amenities. This was sourced from the Wilmapco Governor Prince Boulevard Corridor Study done in 2021, and it is also an East Coast Greenway designation. The project development for this project is approximately $1 million. Next project is St. Anne Church Road at SR 71. This is an intersection improvement to upgrade the approaches and provide a single lane roundabout. This will support current and future traffic levels as well as enhance the traffic flow and safety. This project was identified as part of the Westtown TID, which is a transportation improvement district. $1 million of this is allocated for preliminary engineering. The last project is Bunker Hill Road at Sand Hill Drive and Merrimack Avenue intersection improvements. This is actually two locations on Bunker Hill Road. We are looking to upgrade the approaches and provide single lane roundabouts, implementing the complete streets policy. Also, like the St. Anne's, supporting current and future traffic levels, enhancing traffic flow and safety. And this project was also identified as part of the Westtown Transportation Improvement District. $500,000 slated for project development. Then we'll go to the two projects in Kent County. So the first one is US 13 and White Oak Road intersection improvements. So we are proposing to add a enhanced pedestrian crossing system at this location that will provide multimodal facilities, improve safety and connectivity in a very busy and growing area that has a high number of shopping, restaurants, commercial nearby in that area. So there were three project sources. One was the Dover-Kent Metropolitan Planning Organization Regional Bike Plan from 2017. And this is also a City of Dover a City of Dover priority, as well as it was listed in the Dover-Kent MPO in their 2021 Metropolitan Transportation Plan. And then the last project in Kent County is Banning Street and Clarence Street between Forest Street and West North Street. This is to design and construct a new two-lane street connection that's going to include sidewalks. We are going to upgrade the existing segment to match what is out there for connecting. The justification is to connect the 600 proposed housing units, provide an alternate connection to reduce the current cut-through traffic, provide a direct connection to the Eden Hill development and Forest Street, and then really to help provide to provide another connection as a relief route to Salisbury Road. Project sources: the Dover-Kent Metropolitan Plan, City of Dover priority, and then Dover-Kent also did a study back in November 2021, and that report can be located at the Dover-Kent MPO website. Project development slated for $500,000. Then we will go to the Sussex County projects. The first one is Hudson Road from SR1 to US 9. This is approximately 2 miles in length. The project is to upgrade the pavement section to 2 11-foot lanes, provide possible shoulders, turn lanes where the analysis really supports it. So a lot of these local roads in Sussex have gotten a lot busier in recent years due to all of the growth in the area. So all of these local roads are going to be analyzed separately. There's not going to be just the same cross-sectional segment for all of them. We really need to look at each roadway project and see what the best fit for that roadway is. So as I said, this is to provide the transportation infrastructure for the recent and proposed development in the area, and then the addition of possible turn lanes and shoulders will enhance the traffic flow as well as the safety. So this was submitted to us by our Sussex County partners. Project development slated at $1 million. Next project is US 9 between Old Vine Boulevard and Dairy Farm Road corridor improvements. Approximately 1.74 miles. This is going to be an upgrade to 4 11-foot lanes, shoulders, and turn lanes, providing transit, biking, pedestrian, and any type of drainage as appropriate, as well as possible separated shared use paths. So this is going to be coordinated and extended the US 9 improvements east of this section. So the 4-lane widening is already slated to be on the east side of this project limit, and this project is going to be extending it west. The project source is a portion of this roadway is in the Henlopen Transportation Improvement District. This is also a recommendation from the 5-point study. This has been a long-standing transportation study in the area of 5 points, and then this is also part of the coastal corridors study and a recommendation of the corridor committee that was held back in March of 2023, slated for $1 million of project development funding. Next project is Redden Road corridor improvements from US 13 to 113. So this is approximately 9.3 miles in length. We are going to amend the current CTP. So right now there are 2 projects currently in the CTP regarding Redden Road. This additional section, it was going to be 3. So we, in the interest of having a holistic view of what improvements need to be done on Redden Road, we are actually combining this new project as well as the 2 currently in the CTP, and it's going to be combined into the Redden Road corridor improvements. So this is also to provide necessary transportation infrastructure to recent and proposed development. And then we are looking at possible full or partial shoulders and possible turn lanes to enhance traffic flow and safety. This is also a Sussex County request, and project development funding slated at $2 million. Next project is the Route 24 between Love Creek Bridge and Indian Mission Road. This is approximately a little over 5 miles in length, upgrading this pavement section to 4 11-foot lanes, shoulders, turn lanes where appropriate. implementing the complete streets policy, so making sure that our roadways are not just designed for vehicles, but also for pedestrian, bikes, and transit. This is to enhance, so this justification is like the rest of the ones in Sussex, providing necessary infrastructure to the boom in development, as well as providing more traffic flow and safety. And this project development effort is slated for $3 million. Zor Road at South Bedford Street intersection improvements. So the summary of this is upgrading the turn lanes and considering either a signal or a roundabout at this location. So this existing geometry has some acute angles, making for some challenging turning movements. So going to be looking at reconfiguring the geometry here and providing multimodal amenities where appropriate. Project development funding slated at $500,000. And then the last is Phillips Landing Road between Mount Pleasant Road and Phillips Landing. So this is 3.7 miles in length, looking at this section to provide two 11-foot lanes, possible shoulders, possible turn lanes, implementing the complete streets policy like we do for all of our projects. So there has been some expansion to the boat ramp and boat trailer parking. So we are looking to support that increase in traffic as necessary, providing possible full or partial shoulders, possible turn lanes, and widening to two 11-foot lanes. This project development funding is also slated at $500,000. In summary, we have 13 new project candidates, 5 in Newcastle, 2 in Kent, and 6 in Sussex, totaling approximately $15.25 million. That is slated to go in the new FY25 to 30 capital transportation plan. We have also developed a very user-friendly GIS tool to provide some more information, as well as geographically identify all of the new slated projects. So this tool can be found at this website right here. And you can also, all of the projects are listed on the left-hand side. When you do click a project, it zooms into that location, and it also tells you about what the project is. At that point, you can also submit any comments that you have regarding that particular project. So we're pleased to be able to present this in a way that the public can easily provide any comment for the 13 new projects. Okay, so we have reached the end of the presentation, and what we really want is your comments. So there are multiple avenues to submit your comments. You can do it by email at the emails listed on the screen. You can also submit as part of that GIS tool on the previous slide. You can phone your comments in at 1-855-925-2801 and enter the code 3470. And then there's also a QR code that you can scan on your camera app right now and provide input that way. So there are a multitude of ways of doing that, and of course, you can also come in person at the in-person workshops on the 30th, 31st, and the 6th of September. So it's been my pleasure in presenting these new project candidates to you. Thank you so much. We look forward to reviewing your comments and have a wonderful day. Thanks again. Bye-bye.